This is my attempt at surviving 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore Bedrock Edition. In this video, guys, we have one main goal, and the one main goal for this video is going to be prep and defeat the Ender Dragon. The long-awaited Ender Dragon battle is finally here, guys, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. We are back on day 90, guys. Kind of crazy that we are on day 90 now out of this 100 days. This experience has been so great, and I'm so glad that you guys have been enjoying the content. Here is the comment from the last episode, and yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support on this series. And we started out at the skeleton farm, and then we went ahead and just made our way back over to the base. Once I actually got back up to the base, I went ahead and checked my chest to see how many ender pearls I had, and let's just say I definitely was going to need some more ender pearls, and I was definitely going to need to take a trip to the Nether, but I also wanted to go ahead and enchant my helmet so I could go ahead and get that out of the way, and I'm trying to get a good enchant on my sword as well. But I needed to go to the Nether, guys, because I'm going to need more ender pearls, and I feel like the easiest way is going to be trading with piglins, and I'm also going to go ahead and need nether wart to go ahead and make strength potion, and I'm also going to have to get phantom membrane, so this is definitely going to be fun. But I stopped by to say what's up to the boys before I went down to the villagers, and then I started heading down to the villagers and tried to get this guy to give me a good trade. Who would have thought? Of course I didn't get a good trade from him, but that's whatever. And then this guy came out of nowhere, and you know, he decided that he wanted to try to take that, and I was like, buddy, you can't take his job. If you take his job, very bad things are going to happen to you. And he didn't listen, so yeah, nobody saw that. But yeah, then we tried to trade with this guy for a lot of the night, and it didn't work out. So we went outside and tried to go ahead and get some phantom membranes, because I need some phantom membranes to make slow falling potions, because I feel like that's going to benefit me a lot when I am fighting the Ender Dragon. But let's just say phantom membranes are very, very, very annoying. I hate, why are these things in the game? I hate phantom membranes more than anything. They would come down and look, he would swoop down, and then he didn't even try to attack me, okay? So then I thought maybe I needed to get the high ground. I had a couple casualties on the way up to the high ground. So I started heading up to my house, and it did kind of work. They would swoop down, but they would only swoop down one time. And then after they would swoop down, they would just fly up in the air and stay up there until they despawned. So I spent all of my night trying to get phantom membrane, and I didn't get a single phantom membrane. It was the most annoying thing ever. I hate phantoms with a freaking passion. I did this literally all night, guys, up until the next morning. And then the next morning, I just had to watch the last two phantoms that I had just burn. It was so tragic. Like, I literally just, and when they burn, they don't drop anything. As far as I know. I've never seen them drop anything when they burn. So yeah, that's what I spent day 91 doing. Day 92, I decided to go ahead and start it out by smelting some gold, because I'm definitely going to need a lot of gold to trade with these piglins and also make golden apples. After I started smelting the gold, I decided to go ahead and go grab Spook, and we decided to go ahead and head over to the spawner, because I was looking for my god apple, guys. I couldn't find my god apples anywhere, and I thought maybe I left them over at the spawner last time I was there, so I decided to go over to the spawner to go ahead and check that out, because I need those god apples for this fight, guys. I'm definitely going to need them, but I also needed bows, so I couldn't find the god apples here, but I did find the bows, and I decided to go ahead and farm some skeletons, and I also decided to go ahead and stick around for most of the day to just go ahead and AFK this farm on day 92, because I wanted to try to get as close to level 30 as I can, because I wanted to get another level 30 enchant on my sword so I can get sharpness 4, because that is going to be very, very helpful. But yeah, most of day 92 and into day 93 was just spent grinding the spawner to try to get as close to that level 30 as I can, like I said. But I did get decently close, but not as close as I would have liked. I would have liked to have got to level 30, of course, but we got to level 27, but that was just gonna have to do for now, because I needed to head back to the base to find those god apples, because I was so worried about this. I didn't know if I lost them, misplaced them, if I dropped them on the ground somewhere. I was very worried. So I got back to base and went ahead and decided to drop Spook off, and then headed up to my house. Couldn't find them anywhere in my chest in my house. I've already looked, but I went ahead to double check, and this was the last chest I had to check, and thank God they were down here in the villagers, guys. I don't remember when I put them here, but thank God, because that was literally the last chest I had. And then I started to go ahead and farm the cows, because I needed some food, and the cows were kind of getting abundant, but I came back up to base and I forgot that I can get quite a bit of XP from just grabbing the gold out of the furnaces. So yeah, that ended up getting me to like level 29, I think, close to 30. So yeah, that's pretty close. And then hopefully with this last one I can get dang near there. Well, it didn't work out quite as much as I would like to, but then I went ahead and smelted my my ancient debris and made the netherite ingot, and I figured the most beneficial thing to make would be the chest plate, because it's going to do the most, I think it's going to do the best thing for me. Let me know if I made the right decision here. I think I did with the chest plate, but yeah, let me know in the comments down below for sure if I made the right decision. But this chest plate looks amazing. I'm in love with this chest plate, but I decided to spend most of my night trying to farm phantoms once again, and let's just say tonight went a little bit better. Okay, I ended up killing one, and I got nothing. But I killed one. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. And then I decided to go ahead and try to spam these guys. Didn't hit him. This guy came down, and I was like, oh, I gotta get him. And bam, I got him. Thank God I hit him once already, because if I wouldn't hit him once, I would have just hit him with my bow for no reason, and he would have just flown away like most of them do, which is very, very, very annoying. But I was also starting to get a little bit more accurate with my shots, as you guys will see here in just one second. I was trying to hit them as much as I could from the ground, but a lot of the times that wasn't working out, because they're so hard to hit. If you guys have tried to farm phantoms in Bedrock Edition, you guys know what I mean. It's just extremely hard. But I decided to bow spam them for a minute, and then I actually got one of them, finally, and that should be all of the ancient debris. What am I talking about? That should be all the phantom membrane that I do need to make these potions. I think I might have only needed one, to be honest with you guys, but I just wanted to go ahead and get some more just in case. But I got the phantom membrane for the slow falling potions, so that'll be very, very helpful. Then I decided to go ahead and get some glass bottles prepared so they can be ready for when I get the nether wart from the nether. I don't know how I don't have nether wart. I should have grabbed it when I was at the fortress. I feel very, very dumb, but I'm not a potion guy, guys. Like, I have never made potions before. I've never messed with potions before, so this is my first time. But then I went back down to the villager area to try to go ahead and get to level 30, and I wasn't expecting to fight these phantoms like this. The phantoms started coming out of nowhere, and of course I didn't end up killing any of them, sadly. But yeah, right here I didn't anyway. But later on you'll see what happens. The phantoms are just absolutely insane right now. But I decided to go ahead and run over towards the opposite way of the village and just take out as many mobs as I could to try to get as close to that level 30 enchant as I could. And I did end up getting there, thankfully, after spending the entire night farming all of these mobs. It was absolutely insane. But once we were in the morning of day 94, I do believe, and there was 2 sheep, thankfully, and it really just took one of them. So one of them just had to go for no reason. I'm sorry, buddy. But then I went back up to the base and I decided to go ahead and enchant my sword with sharpness 4 finally, so I can get that sharpness enchant. I'm gonna need that, and I threw it into the anvil and I messed up, guys. I didn't know you can't have smite and sharpness on the same sword, and I just wasted that sharpness 4 level 30 enchant. I feel so stupid. That's like the biggest goof I think I've made in this entire series. That's just, it's ridiculous. After I made that absolutely insane goof, I decided it was time to go ahead and head into the nether to get over to the fortress, and let's just say this was absolutely insane, guys. I don't even know what went wrong here, but everything went wrong, okay? Everything went wrong so fast. Like, the nether is ridiculous. I can see why Christian in his 100 Days series died in the nether. Like, I can completely understand, buddy. Don't feel bad because this is absolutely insane. Now, I'm just gonna let you guys watch what happens. And there it is. It finally happened. I had to pop a god apple in the nether, guys. It wasn't even during the ender dragon fight. I've already had to use one of my god apples, and I haven't even made it to the end yet. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. The nether is freaking insane, but I decided to run over here, and of course, there's absolutely nowhere to go from this way, so I have to go all the way around and get back over by the blaze spawner, and hopefully by the blaze spawner there will be some nether wart, because I haven't seen any nether wart yet, and I desperately need nether wart to go ahead and make these potions, because that's, like, I think all I need left is the nether wart. One of the easier things to get just to make the awkward potion. I can't find it. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. But I run past the blaze spawner, run past this little lava pocket right here, and thank God, guys, there was nether wart sitting right here. I was so ecstatic to find this nether wart because I desperately needed it for these potions. These potions were going to be insanely beneficial. Strength and freaking slow falling. Like, come on, those potions are going to be insane. But then I made my run out, and thank God my run out was a lot easier than my run in, because this was stressful, guys, completely stressful. But all I had to do was make it to my bridge, and I'm so close. Like, I have like 10 more blocks. Like, just get to the bridge and we're good, and we made it out alive. Thank God we actually made it out alive. Don't get me wrong, we had to use a god apple. Does that suck? Yes, it does, but it had to be done. I wasn't dying on day 94, okay? And then I decided to go ahead and mine some quartz to end day 94 off, and then on day 95 I traded with the piglin, and let me tell you, I used all my gold. I used like a stack and something of gold, and I didn't get a single freaking pearl. Not a single one. It was ridiculous. So then I decided to go ahead and just take it into my own hands and kill some endermen. Thank God I had this warped fungus biome right here. I think that's what it's called. I'm not really sure, but thank God for that, because I was able to farm endermen pretty easily. So on day 95, that is exactly what I spent my time doing, was just farming a bunch of endermen to try to get as many pearls as possible so I could be as prepared as I possibly could. I wanted to make sure to have a little bit of extra pearls so I could have a little bit of extra, because you can never go wrong with some extra ender eyes, because, I mean, when you throw them, sometimes they despawn, so you always want to make sure to have a little bit of extra, especially because you don't know how far you're going to be going. But I got back to base, and I went ahead and decided to make 14 eyes of ender just so I have enough, and thank God I did make it, because you guys will see why I needed to make that many here in just one second. I had no idea, but thank God I made some extra. And now that I got the nether wart, it was finally time to go ahead and make my potions. I started to make my slow falling potions and my strength potions, because these were going to be super beneficial. And if you guys don't know how to make them, you go ahead and you make awkward potions with the nether wart, and then for strength you use blaze powder, and for slow falling you use phantom membrane. And after you make the original potions, you can go ahead and grab some redstone and throw the redstone in there, and the redstone will actually make it a lot more extended. I think the slow falling come in at like 1 minute and 30, and it takes them up to like 4 minutes or something like that, and the strength comes in at 4 minutes and it takes them up to 8 minutes, so it's definitely worth throwing a piece of redstone in there to make them last quite a bit longer. But that is what I spent the rest of day 95 doing, was just making my potions last as long as I could possibly make them last. And then I took out this phantom before I could go to sleep because he was being stubborn and he just didn't want to let me go to bed that night. But I ended up taking him out and then just heading to bed for the end of day 95. Starting out day 96 now, I decided to go ahead and place down a chest and just throw in the items that I was going to want to take with me to the Ender Dragon fight, just to get all that sorted out and ready. And then I went ahead and decided to hop on Spook and head back over to the spawner so I could try to go ahead and get back up to level 30, since I'd done goofed and I completely just wasted that level 30 enchant that I had last time. It was time to sit down here and AFK again on day 96. Sadly, I didn't want to spend a lot of this video AFKing, but it's just what had to happen. And then on day 97, we went ahead and we decided to go ahead and take out some of the skeletons, try to get as close to level 30 as we can like we normally do. But unfortunately on day 97, we also were not able to make it to level 30, so we did have to AFK another night. And don't get me wrong, AFK in this farm does definitely suck, but at least I will also have a good bow to take with me to the end. That's one plus side to look at on it. But yeah, that's what we spent day 97 doing. And then on day 98, we went ahead and just farmed. At the beginning of day 98, we farmed all of these skeletons to go ahead and see if we could get up to level 30, and fortunately we actually did with all of these skeletons. And then after we got done farming the skeletons, it was actually time to go ahead and start heading home, because I needed to get home as fast as possible to go ahead and get everything ready for this Ender Dragon fight, because I feel like I'm unprepared. But honestly, I don't really know. We're gonna have to see if I'm unprepared by the time we get there, because I honestly have no idea. But I ended up heading back up to the surface, and then I hopped on Spook, and it was time to head back to the base. When I arrived back at the base, I was actually greeted by a polar bear, and I said what's up to the polar bear, and then I headed back into the house to go and get the sharpness 4 on my sword once again. And I made sure not to make the mistake of not getting the sharpness 4 on there. And then I also decided to enchant my pants with Unbreaking 2, just because they already had protection 3 and they needed to be restored, so I went ahead and just got an Unbreaking 2 enchant as well. I had the diamonds to spare. Then I came down and I decided to breed my cows and my sheep one last time before I actually hit the road. And I went over and I said bye to Mater and Spook one last time before I hit the road, because this could very well be the last time that I see everybody. And I looked out over my little village area that I've had for this entire series and my house behind me, and it was just kind of crazy to think about that we've made it this far already, guys. Like, it's kind of insane. But then on day 99, it was time to organize my inventory, and it was time to hit the road, and just it's time to fight the Ender Dragon, guys. I'm so nervous. But I threw my first Eye of Ender, and now I was on my way. I just knew which way I needed to head. And then as soon as I've traveled maybe 100 or a couple hundred blocks, not 100, a couple hundred, but then I went and saw that village, and I immediately knew that the fortress was going to be there, and then that the stronghold was going to be there. And then just to make sure, I ran past it, threw another one, and then I came back and it went straight into the ground. Like, this is where I need to be. So I'm going to dig down there. And I also borrowed some torches from the villagers, because, you know, I didn't have any. So we mined all the way down, and then once we got down there, it was time to just go ahead and look for this. And hopefully it wasn't going to take me ages, because sometimes these strongholds are very hard to navigate through, and it takes absolutely ages to find where you're going. But I'm hoping in this case that it'll be a different story. So I start heading down this long hallway, and at the end of the hallway, I could have swore I saw a silverfish spawner, and I was right. The room was right in front of me, guys. Like, literally, I went around one corner and the room was right there, okay? And then you guys can probably hear this, but I couldn't, okay? I didn't have my sounds on, and I should have been playing with my sounds on, because I did not hear that creeper right there. I'm not sure if he was right there, but I didn't hear him. And then I went up here, and I just took a little gander at it, and the creeper exploded, and I almost went in the lava. I didn't even hear him. I need to start playing with my sounds on if we're gonna continue this series. But yeah, it's time, guys. And if you noticed, I brought the exact amount, or no, I had a little bit of extra, but I lost like 3 on my way over. So yeah, I had the exact amount that I needed to get in there, and thank God, because I had no time to get some more. But without further ado, I drank all my potions that I needed to drink, and I hopped into the portal, and hopefully I have a good spawn. Great. I have an absolutely god-awful spawn. This spawn is absolutely terrible, guys. But I'm gonna have to build my way over, and hopefully I don't get sniped off the edge. The slow falling should help, but I made it over, thank God. And then, yeah, it's the Ender Dragon fight, guys. I wanted to commentate in this during the end game, but it didn't work out very well. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch what happens during the fight now. And there it is, guys. Look at him fall behind me. I defeated the Ender Dragon in this 100 days series. That's absolutely crazy. That was our final goal, was to go ahead and complete defeating him. And I got like 55, 56 levels out of it. And I decided to go ahead and grab my egg. And that was it, guys. That's it for this 100 day series. I can't believe we actually made it to the end. Like, that is absolutely insane. But yeah, that is all I have for you. That's absolutely insane to me that the series is actually over after all this time, guys. Or is it? Do you guys want the series to be over, or would you guys like the series to continue? Definitely drop a comment down below and let me know if you guys want me to continue this series. I would be more than happy to continue the series if you guys would enjoy that as well. But yeah, thank you guys for so much support on this series. It was absolutely insane how much you guys loved this entire 100 days. You guys were absolutely in love with it. I got so much support throughout it, and you guys helped my channel grow an insane amount. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching right now and you did enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before my birthday, and that's in like 10 days. So that's going to be kind of hard to do, but thank you guys for all the support.